Yo guys, Crescent here. Welcome to another build video. Today I'll be showing you a really powerful Tri-Proc build like you can see in the title. It's the first build that I did that I'm hesitating to show to the public because this build is just kind of dirty in my opinion. It's so strong. It's so fun to play with as well. It's kind of challenging because your resource is not that high, and defensively you are kind of squishy as well, but offensively it's just crazy. This build is it's just you can pump up a lot of damage, okay? Unexpected damage as well. Alright, like usual, let's hop straight into the sets. Let me close my chat really quickly. Alright, let's get it started. So, there are two versions of this build. The first version is I would say a single target build. It's more focused on single target damage. Another one is kind of like a group build, so you run when you have more than 4 players. It's better to run the other setup, okay? So I'll show you the build that is single target first, because that it's more for solo until 4 players. So I'll show this build first, okay? So we are using Scoria, 2 pieces Scoria, 1 heavy, 1 medium on the head and the shoulder. I'll be using Tri-Stat Glyph on the head, and the shoulder I'll be using Magicka Glyph. So both impenetrable like usual. And the second set, the second proc set, this is the first proc set, Scoria. It's like about, if I buff up, really quickly, alright, it will go up to 13.4k. That is the first proc set. The second proc set we'll be using is Calerion's Legacy, okay? This is a set that you can find in the new dungeon, Langfair. It's really powerful. You can see 19.3k damage. So damn strong. The only downside is there are 2 proc conditions. Sorry, 1 proc condition. You have to do crit damage with only single target ability. So Dot won't proc this build, okay? But it's not that difficult to proc because we are a Nightblade, and Nightblade inherently has really high crit, especially with this build. So it's quite easy to proc. And the second downside of this, of all the new proc sets, basically is that the cooldown is 10 seconds, so it's really long. You have to work around your 10 seconds. You have to, like, when I play this build, I'll always go in, I do my burst. If I can't kill the target, I'll just wear it down. I'll just wait until my Merciless is up, and then when I know about 10 seconds is gone, then I'll go again. So that is how I play this build. Because this is the first build I'll be using. If you want everything impenetrable, I still need to change it to impenetrable. I have reinforced. Okay, it doesn't matter where you use it because it's all light armor, and we'll be using the third set. I'll just go through it. Flame Blossom. Why I use Flame Blossom is, yes, this set has a delay, like Calerion's Legacy has a delay as your 1 second delay before the Fireball, Ice Ball or Shock Ball, Disease Ball will launch to your target, okay? There's a delay 1 second, but it won't miss a lot, this skill, because it will launch to your target. However, Flame Blossom might miss because you need to look at your target while using this Flame Blossom set. That's why it's quite challenging to use this set. Okay, the reason why I went for Flame Blossom set instead of other proc sets is because there's a spell penetration on the 4th piece, which is really powerful for proc sets. The proc, you can increase proc set damage by some buffs, so like Berserker buffs and all those. Like the buff I have was Magicka Nightblade, this buff, Merciless Resolve, you will get 8% minor Berserker, which can increase your damage, or CP can increase the damage of proc sets as well, and penetration. So you always want high penetration, which especially with build like this, which is basically a proc build, Tri-Proc build, so you want super high penetration. In total, I will have about 12k spell penetration. If I use Mark on the opponent, it will go up to 17k, which is crazy, okay? So, we will be using all impenetrable on the body pieces. We will mix it up. So we will be using, you want to have 4 Flame Blossom pieces on the jewelry or on the bodies, and 4 Calerion's Legacy pieces on the jewelry or on the bodies, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 4. We get all the 4 bonuses on the body and the jewelry, and then on the front bar we will get the proc effect. Why I am not using the proc effect on the back bar is because I don't want it to proc like randomly for this set. I want it to proc when I want it to proc, if you get what I mean. So if I control the output on the front bar, so when I switch to the front bar, I know I'm gonna get it, okay? So if I put it on the back bar, sometimes when I do heavy attacks or when I use skills on the back bar, it will simply just proc, which is not good. That's not what we want. We want it on the front bar, on the offensive bar, okay? And the traits, really important. For the jewelry, you will only get arcane from the dungeons and everything. I forgot to mention, Flame Blossom, you will get it in Bloodroot Forge, which is quite an easy dungeon to run if you have a decent DPS and decent tank. You just run it on non-hard mode, it will be really easy, okay? So it's just a bit challenging with the Fang Lair if you don't have a good party with you. So yeah, I have a good decent party, decent healer, decent DDs with me, so I just run it, and yeah, they just gave me and the good thing about it is, for this new patch, you can just change all the traits and everything, so you don't need to get impenetrable. You can just change it from reinforced to impenetrable, for example. Alright, so on the back bar, we won't be using we just be using a random resto staff, or you can use Maelstrom resto staff as well. Sometimes when you use regeneration, you can you can heal your Magicka by 800 every 4 seconds. That is about 200 per second, which is about 400 Magicka recovery per second, which is quite decent. So if you want, you can use Maelstrom restoration stuff. Basically any restoration stuff would do. Just make sure it's infused and make weapon damage and spell damage enchantment on the back bar. Really important. Okay, on the front bar, we won't be using Nern on the front bar. On the on the one hand main bar, we'll be using Sharpen instead. Yes, Nern will give you more damage on your skills, but this is a proc build again. This is a proc tart build. You have 3 proc sets. Why are you using Nern? There's no point. Just go for Sharpen, okay? So Sharpen on the front bar, Sharpen on the back bar. I am using shock damage is because I can proc the status effect that gives you 8% more damage. So concussion, I think. So it's nice to have shock damage. And on the back bar, I am using flame damage is because I'm a Dark Elf, so I get a little bit more flame damage. So I think flame damage is just nice. If you want, you can switch it around. Disease damage is decent as well. Even ice damage is quite nice as well. It's up to you, okay? So this is the setup. 511. Or body, gloves, sash, shoes, and breeches are all light armor. Head and shoulders heavy and medium, okay? So before I go further, I'll just want to tell you, show you my my 2 tips. It's not impressive at all. Obviously, I'll just go here and really quickly buff it up. Okay, you can see the weapon damage. Yeah, 2.7k weapon damage, 45k spell crit. Maximum stamina is not that high, just 35-36k. Health is quite decent, it's about 25k in Cyrodiil. Stamina is quite low as well, so you have to be careful with your stamina. Alright, stamina recovery is decent, Magicka recovery is quite decent. Remember, I forgot to mention, we are using 2 cost reduction, 2 Magicka cost reduction. So because without this 2 cost reduction, you can't sustain without sets like Shackle Breaker or stuff like that. So because we are so offensive, we need to put all our enchantment on the jewelry into cost reduction, 2 cost reduction and 1 Magicka recovery. That is how we get our sustain. Alright, so the 2 tip I showed you already. I'll show you the combos later. I'll just show you the skills first, I guess. The skills are quite important as well. No, before I go into skills, I'll just go show you the potions I use, obviously. Poisons, I don't recommend you to use poisons because I feel like I think don't use poisons for this build unless you are in non-CP, then you can consider poisons. But if not, just don't use poisons at all. If you still want to use poison, I suggest you to use this poison, which is increase the cost of enemy Magicka ability. That is not the important part. The important part is you drain and you restore Magicka 238 Magicka per second for 5.5 seconds. That is an extra 400 recovery, 418 recovery also, which is quite nice. You can use it on the back bar, you can use it on the front bar, it's up to you, but I don't recommend it. The potions that I'll be using is Tri-Set Potion, obviously, it's the most important one. Let's say you are going full offensive, you can use this Crit Potion, Crit immune to knockback and healing. So the Magicka increase, restore. So you can use this immovability potion, which is quite nice as well. Or you can just use something like a spell power potion if you want as well. It's quite decent as well. So these are the go-to potions I will use. And the food we'll be using is the Witch Mother Potent Brew. Yeah, I'm using Witch Mother Potent Brew is because I just need that Magicka recovery. I don't think I can sustain with Tri-Stat food. So I think Witch Mother is just too important. Alright, yeah, so that's about it for the potions and everything. I forgot to mention as well, we'll be using Ultranaut Mundus Stone. If you really want to go full crazy offensive, go for the I think it's Lover Mundus Stone, basically the penetration Mundus Stone. But the problem is you can't sustain with that Mundus Stone, so I use Ultranaut Mundus Stone to give me the sustain I need. And we are Vampire level stage 4. You can drop it if you want, but I highly recommend Vampire. It's quite nice. And yeah, don't need to be ESO member, doesn't really matter. Alright, now the combos and the skills, yeah? I'll just go through the skills first, then I'll show you the combo I'll use, okay? How to make sure when you go offensive, the procs will proc at a good time, okay? So, Merciless Soul got a buff, really awesome buff. So basically your stacks, let's say you have a 4 stacks ready, okay? And the cooldown dropped off, okay? So that you can't use Merciless anymore. You use it again, and then you still retain your stacks, basically. So this buff is so awesome. It makes Magicka Nightblade so much stronger now. It's so thankful for this buff because previously Merciless is just so rigid, so hard to use. Alright, so Merciless Soul, it just give you, it buff up your proc sets, give you this crazy damage, a spectral bow to shoot. It's just a really nice skill, okay? And our bread and butter DPS is Conceal Weapon. This skill you use it to stun your enemies. Get Close. This is another dot to proc Scoria. It's really important. And the most powerful thing about this skill is 70% movement speed reduction. This will make your Flame Blossom proc on your enemy. Fear. CC, Siphoning Attack. Why we are using Siphoning Attack on the front bar is because we need one skill from Siphoning's tree line to get Magicka Flood, the 8% max Magicka. So I decided to use Siphoning Attacks. Obviously you can switch it around if you want, but I highly recommend you to use Siphoning Attacks. The ultimate we'll be using is In-Cap Strike. It's a really solid CC that gives you increased 20% damage. So that is another 20% increased damage of your proc sets. That's why In-Cap is just so strong. Yes, you could run another morph of In-Cap, which is Soul Harvest, but it's about 1 or 2k more damage, more than In-Cap, and it doesn't stun enemy. I prefer to use In-Cap. I just feel like In-Cap is just way better. So for me, In-Cap. Okay, I'll show you the combo later why I pick In-Cap. And Structured Entropy, another method to proc your second dot, to proc Scoria, sorry. And then Crippling Grass is your third dot to proc Scoria. So you have 3 dots to proc Scoria. Scoria will proc really easily. Even by heavy attack, you can proc Scoria because heavy attack is considered as a dot. Alright, so this, needless to say, Crippling Grass is just one of the best single target dots for your for Magicka Nightblade. And Dampen Magic is just to shield up yourself. Healing Ward, another shield. Cloak. Cloak is really important to proc that new set, because every time you go Cloak, your next attack within 3 seconds will be a critical strike. So with crit, you will proc that new Chalarian Legion set. So it's really important to use Shadowy Disguise morph, okay? The crit morph of Cloak. And on the back bar, just defensive ultimate Light Champion. Needless to say, this ultimate is just broken in my opinion. It's just way too strong. Alright, so combos. Firstly, you want to go into your back bar, so you put your dots up, you hope that Scoria will proc. You see Scoria proc already, you go into Cloak, you just go into Cloak, and then you go into Conceal Weapon, you will CC your enemy. This is your basic combo, alright? Your basic combo. If you want to do more advanced combo that is for killing, alright? You buff up yourself like usual. You go dots on your back bar. Okay, you make sure you have your Merciless up. You go into Cloak. You get close, you In-Cap, you CC them, you get a 20% increased damage, then you shoot your Merciless. So your Merciless and your proc sets after this In-Cap will gain a 20% increased damage. Okay, I'll just lower my volume a bit. I think my volume is a bit too high. I'll show you again how to make the combo work, yeah? So, you go on your back bar, you just pressure enemy, make sure your Merciless is up. Okay, your Scoria proc, you're going to cloak, you get close, you incap, I don't have incap now, and then you shoot your Merciless. That is the combo. You incap, you CC them, you get 20% increased damage, Merciless, your proc sets proc, everything. You just pump in all the damage. It's so damn strong. It's just really, really powerful. And the good thing about the Chalerion Legion set is it's not so obvious. Yes, there's a 1 second delay on the setup, but it's not obvious the ball. It's so hard to notice, you know. So sometimes you might surprise your enemy with the damage. Okay, Flame Blossom is a bit more obvious because it's just like, you know, a flame. You can see this ball now, it procced. Yeah, you didn't even notice it, right? It's so hard to notice. But Flame Blossom is a bit more obvious. Alright, so these are the skills, the combos and everything. I like to mention one more setup for group play. Let's say you are running in a big group, like more than 4 players, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, if you are bored of bombing, let's say you are Magicka Nightblade, you always just do Vicious Death and one offensive set and just bomb people with score Grofta. You are bored with that setup, go for this. I'll just use it here. Yep. So the other set we're using is Mad Tinker. I know this set is kinda buggy because sometimes when you're using on a low ground, the Tinker doesn't move up the hill, you know, it's like stuck there sometimes, so it's pretty buggy. I hope Zos will fix it because this set is quite fun to play. The good thing about this set is we'll be using it with Flame Blossom, so we have 2 proc sets with AoE. The helm, you can change it around, you can use Grofta if you want, Scoria is fine as well, it's up to you, okay? So, we'll be using Mad Tinker instead of the Chalerion Legion. The same thing, you use the Mad Tinker sword on the front bar and 4 pieces on the jewelry or on the bodies, or just the same setup, basically. But, what you need to remember is Mad Tinker will stun enemy. So, how you play with Mad Tinker set is pretty same as well. You just buff up like usual. You just apply your dots, try to proc your Scoria, sorry, and then you go into it. Okay, you just apply. If you see Mad Tinker is out, you don't use a CC, you don't use fear, or you don't CC your enemy. You just continue with the attack because the Mad Tinker will help you stun, you know. So you just continue with the attack. That's really important. That's how you play. The difference between Chalerion Legion set and Mad Tinker set. Mad Tinker set will help you stun enemy. Obviously, Mad Tinker has a difficult. I would say it's more difficult to hit your enemy because it have to spawn up 1 second and then start rolling to your enemy, you know what I mean? And yeah, the tooltip is a bit lower as well. It's about 500, 600, 6k lower, sorry. So it's kind of lower as well. The cooldown is the same. Alright, so this is the setup I'm using for these 2 different builds. What else? I need to show you this the CP, and then I think we are done with this build video. Alright, so Siphoner 19, because we will be using a lot of light and heavy attacks, you will just reduce your enemy health, Magicka and stamina resource. It's just really nice. Don't put too much into this. I think 19 is just nice because you can get 5% reduction. It's just really nice. Okay, Warlord is 56, so you get your, because our stamina is really low, so it's really important to put more into Warlock. Okay, and Arcane 75, Tenacity 23, 56 tumbling. Like I mentioned just now, you need more into dodge roll as well because our stamina is really low. So tumbling, you need 56 points. 11 to Shadow Ward, and 7 to Bless. 44 into Elfborn. 56 expert at Elemental Expert. 35 spell erosion. Super important. Why I put 3Ks and increase my spell penetration by 3K is because proc sets. We are using 3 proc sets, you need high spell penetration. I got about, like I mentioned previously, about 12k plus spell penetration on this build. It's really powerful. Okay, Shattering Blows 13, 72 Master at Arms. Master at Arms is really important to increase the damage of your proc sets as well. Thermal Church 13, and Ironclad 66, Resistance 20, Thick Skin 16, Hardy 32, Elemental Defender 27, Light Armor Focus 6, Bastion 66, Quick Recovery 7. Alright, so I think this is the build. I think I mentioned everything already. I know this build, especially if you want to farm the Chalerion Legion, is a bit hard. If you are just a pure PvPer, you don't want to farm any sets, just farm Flame Blossom and buy Mad Tinker, because you can buy Mad Tinker from the store, even weapons and everything. And obviously you need to farm your Scoria. This Scoria is just too good to give up, so you need to farm 2 sets, Flame Blossom and Scoria. Okay, so that's it from my side. If you are still watching and you wondering what is this this tattoo thingy on my body, is the new skin I got from the new dungeon, which is a Black Marrow Necromancer, and the personality looks a bit dumb. It's like a thief. It's a worm wizard from the new dungeon as well. It's from Langfair. Alright, that's it from me, and I'll see you guys in Cyrodiil. Okay, bye bye.